with Israel. We stand with Israel. We stand with Israel.
Please join in. Jews are being murdered because they're Jews in Israel. And this is the time to cry out and say enough is enough is enough. And those who are silent, like our own government that is much too silent, and the governments of the world, silence is complicity. And if you're silent about the murder of Jews in Israel, that terrorism is going to jump oceans and come to New York and spread throughout the world in an instant.
For me, it's about showing solidarity with Israel and the people who are under terrorist attacks, to show solidarity, especially in New York, where we understand what it's like to be a victim of terror. So to say we are sorry for what you're going through. We hope there's a peaceful resolution, and we hope that the administration and the people in charge recognize the plight of what the Israelis are going through on a daily basis all throughout the country.
A terrorist is a terrorist, whether it's a terrorist who's flying a plane into the World Trade Center, or whether it's somebody walking up to somebody else and putting a screwdriver into them, or a knife or some other instrument, really just because of who they are. That's terrorism, and that needs to be reported exactly the same way. If we were to, here in the U.S., if we were to report on the current activities that are going on in Israel, the way we did back at September 11th, the way it would look would be, a bunch of terrorists were hurt flying into the Trade Center, and that's just not the way you and I were brought up to report on facts. So that's why I'm here today, to support Israel and to say, look, terror is terror. It's terror whether it happens here in America, it's terror whether it happens in Saudi Arabia, and it's terror whether it happens in Israel. Terror is terror, and we need to knock terrorism out, period.
I would like to see the president himself speak out much more often and with much more force about the horror of American citizens. Rabbi Henkin, who was murdered, he was driving in a car with his wife. He's an American citizen. I don't feel that sense of pain coming from the White House. And I don't feel it from a block away from the United Nations. The world is silent. I know I was
to building Yerushalayim. And so God heals the broken of heart. Are broken as we remember Rabbi United States of America, of all of America, in Israel are being murdered because they're Jews. That's terrorism in Israel.